time,
Yeah.
like the first time, I was like, the title, first of all, is like, oh,
It's direct.
like, I think it's just straightforward.
Straightforward.
The poet did not try to beat around the bush, just like try to get us confused. I mean,
Yeah.
the team, the
team,
title of
yeah.
the poem itself, the poet did not try to beat around the bush. It was just so direct that even a
Direct.
layman could
Could
actually
understand.
relate to the poem. So part of the poem we are going to be reviewing or we are going to be analyzing today is the
The
panic
panic
of
of
growing
growing
old.
older.
Wow, let's echo that again.
The panic of growing
Older.
older.
All right.
Yeah.
So that is it. I
Oh
know a
my
lot of
God.
it. Yeah, most people have actually come across the poem.
Yeah.
Most people have actually come across it during
Yeah.
their YEC,
Wayek,
probably their
jam.
jam and
Yeah.
all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. The panic of getting older. If you've actually come across this book, what was your first reaction? What was the first thing that came across your mind? What were you thinking
You
about
know,
when you saw it? And then let me direct this question to you. What
okay.
was the first thing that came across your mind when you read this poem?
Okay, the first thing, when I just saw the theme, the first thing that
Okay,
comes into my mind was like panic of growing
growing
older.
older.
Well, so it means that
There is
there's
fear.
fear. I don't actually have time again. When I consider the theme or the
Okay,
book, The Panic of Growing
growing
Older,
older.
I was like, so as I'm like this particular age time of my life, so there'll be that time that I'll be afraid or this fear will
Yeah,
come
the fear creeps
in like
and you're
so that means
depending on other people.
one day I'll be actually grow old.
Yes.
Yeah, because every young person, it's as if they don't have this mindset or this understanding.
Bobby, and it's still
Yeah.
your Calabar. This giveaway are for all the Malabite, the Malabres, to all our listeners, to all the lovers of book. You are not exempted from their giveaway. You could call in with the number 09069880789, and I'll take that again 09069880789. Call in and stand a chance to win something for yourself on the show today. So about the poem, The Panic of Getting Older.
Older.
All right. So let's go into the poem. What is the poem all about? What is the poem all about? From the poem title, one could tell the message it portrayed.
Yeah.
Like we said earlier,
It's
the
direct.
poet actually used a simple, simple
Simple
word for
word.
it. Simple. It's not complicated. He didn't beat around the bush. In fact, it is one of the poems I have seen that really express its tone in simple language.
Yeah.
Though some person may still find it difficult to assimilate, though a lot of people,
Yeah.
a lot of people, because from the poet itself, it's a bit
yeah.
complicated,
Yeah,
though, to
yeah.
understand. But
Yes.
the poet actually wanted keeping it simple and short. The content of the poem, difficult to assimilate the content of the poet. If you are such individual, this poet is certainly for you.
Yeah.
Yes, if you're finding it difficult, that is why we are here
That's
to
why we are
simplify
here. We're going to
everything
break it down
and
and
make
then you
everything simple
understand.
for you.
Yeah.
But then let's get to meet the poet.
Poet. I love
Who
this
is the
man.
poet? Who is this wonderful, amazing, talented person that actually put this piece up together
Yeah.
for us? Who is he? Let's get to meet him. The name of the poet is Laurel Leopold Wilfred Peters. Wow, what four names.
Oh my
This
God.
man must be an African person.
Ah,
You know,
yeah.
when it comes to here, he's an African person.
Their
Though.
names are always very long.
Yeah, he is an African person. Lewell, okay,
Well,
Lanrell, Leopold,
Leopold,
Wilfred,
Wilfred,
Peters.
Peters.
Wow, that is the name of the poet. Okay, he is a Gambia surgeon, a novelist, a poet, and educationist. Peter was born in 1931 in Betrude, now Banjul, in the Gambia. His parents were Laurel Ernest, Ingrams Peters, and Kezia Rosemary. All right, so Lyria was a Sierra Leonean.
Yeah.
That's the mother of West Indian or Black American origin, while Kezia Rosemary was a Gambia. Wow, that means he is Sierra Leonean.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's from Sierra Leone. Okay, yes. This and he moved to Sierra Leone. Peter moved to Sierra Leone in 1949, where he was educated at the Prince of Wales School, Freetown, gaining his higher school certificate in science subjects.
Wow.
All right, in 1952, he went up to Trinity College, Cambridge, to read natural sciences. Wow, how does that really natural science? He's a poet. He's a poet
Right.
and he read natural
Natural
sciences.
sciences.
Wow. Graduating with a BSc degree in 1956, from 1956 to 1959, he worked and studied at the University of College Hospital,
Hospital.
London. And in 1959 was awarded a medical and
Wow.
surgery
Wow.
diploma from Cambridge. Peter
Wow.
worked for a BBC from 1955 to 1968 on their AFCOR or African program. That means his life was surrounded about science. He was a
Science,
science,
yeah.
he was science inclined,
Inclined,
not really
not in-
art.
yeah.
That means this was like an hobby or
hobby, a
something
talent.
he loved,
He loved doing.
to do. For him to capture this, it was something he really loved doing. So we can see the poet of the poem, The Panic of Getting Older, Laurel Leopold Wilfred.
Fred.
Okay, so yeah, that is a short auto or biography about the poet. Okay. So yeah, if you are just joining us here, it's still your number one radio infotainment radio station in the city of Calabar, 103.5 FM, your Edo Infotainment radio station. And today is the literature review with Dede Bobby and Queen Anne. And like we said last week, we are having the giveaway Tuesday today, where you could call
Yeah.
in and just attempt and answer questions. They are very cheap questions. If you have been following the review from the first segment, which we reviewed the blood of a stranger, we went down to wedlock of the gods, and we went down to faceless. These three
Faceless.
books are books that are very interactive. They're books that they're easy. They're easy. They're not
Yeah.
complex. Like I can bear it that the authors of this book use simple languages that
language.
everyone could relate to. So if you want to stand a chance or you want to win any of what we've got for you today, you can call in with the number 09069880789. 09069880889. I'll take that for the last time. 09069880789. You attempt any of our questions, we've got something for you
you.
today. Okay, so the panic of getting or the panic of growing older. Let's look at the poet himself. Let's look at the poet. Now we could not go into the analysis of the poem without first seeing the poem itself. Yeah, right now we've spoken about the poet, and seeing the poem would help us understand the message conveyed by each
Each stanza.
stanza. Yeah. So right now we are going to go, please. If the poem is a bit complex, though, it's the words, and then
Yeah.
right now Anna is actually laughing because
Oh my
we gotta
gosh.
review this film and we're like, oh, I get that. But just
Oh,
calm down,
God.
take a chill pill, get your writing material, just chill because we are going to dissect.
gonna
and
dissect
We're
it,
going to break
yeah.
this down all together. So, what is it about the poem, The Panic of Getting Older? The poem proper, it says, spread fluttering wind from year to year. At 20, by hope of gigantic success, time, and exploration.
Yeah.
At 30, a sudden stroke of pain. Laboratory tests and nothing to show. Legs crept in domesticity, allowed no sudden leap. At the noon now, copybook bisected with red ink and failure. Nothing to show the world. 3 children perhaps the world expects it from you. No specialist effort there, but science gives hope of twice 3 score and 10. Hope is not a grain of sand. Inner satisfaction and dwindled in shape, blade of expectations. From now on, the world has you. All right. So I'm going to take that poem again. Right now, if you didn't actually digest the poem,
Sit tight,
what
just calm down,
Just sit tight. Let's take
And
it
listen,
again. Then we're
listen
going
very
to break
well.
this down.
Yeah.
Let's take the poem again.
Oh my God.
The poem said that spread fluttering wind from year to year. At 20, still by hope of gigantic success. Let's stop here.
Okay.
At 20,
Yeah.
we all know the life at 20 now.
20. Oh
20,
my
you're so
God.
energetic, so
Ha.
many exuberant
It's
things. You just want to do so many
so many
things. You get
things.
at
You have a
20.
lot of ideas. You want to explore.
At
Ha.
20, you've got a lot of dreams. You've got a lot of
Dreams.
aspiration.
Ah.
You've got a lot of things to do. You feel you've got all the time in the
Time
world
in the
at
world.
20. That is why people misuse your 20s,
Yeah.
thinking it will be there forever.
It can never be there
Forgetting that
forever.
once you pass 20, you're
You're
30.
30.
It's 3 and 0. And 3 and 0 sounds so serious.
Serious.
Like I saw something on the internet that said
Okay.
the age I'm turning this year is very, very
It's
serious.
serious. Oh
That's
my
true.
God.
Because once you pass 29, what else?
What else?
You start taking responsibility. And a lot of people, whatever you do at your 20s would actually reflect in your
30.
30s.
Yeah.
So that is what this part is trying to say, that at 20s, that we still have hope of gigantic
Gigantic.
success. We feel we have time to
Time.
explore. Time and exploration. At 30, a sudden stroke of pain, like I said.
Yeah.
At 30, you're crowded with
You're
so
like,
many
you know,
things.
that's a period like, what have I done? What have I
What have I
achieved?
done? What have I actually, what impact have I actually created?
created?
What have I actually done for myself?
Myself.
What are those things that you get? You have so many questions. You could,
Questions.
and those, the authority is more of a time of either you're okay with what you
What
achieved,
you
or
achieved.
you go home in regret.
Yeah.
Or you live with regret.
With
That's two
regret.
things.
Yeah.
It's either years I'm okay with my achievement, or I go home in regret. It said at 30, a sudden stroke of pain. Laboratory tests have nothing to show. Even if you go to at a point, do you know old age, there's sicknesses that it is it when you're old.
Yeah.
Nothing can, the doctor cannot do anything about it. They just tell you, madam, it is old
It is
age,
old
oh,
age.
you get
Yeah.
this thing, it is old
They
age.
don't have explanation to
They don't have even the laboratory cannot tell
They
you.
cannot tell
That's
you.
why a lot of people would do. That's why a lot of people you would take your diet very, very serious at your old age, because whatsoever lifestyle you live at your
At
20s,
20 to affect your old age.
imagine you're someone that drinks, you smoke, you
So-
do all manner of.
I think that this panic of growing older, as it
Okay.
were, like the first stanza, it said,
Okay.
at 20, still by hope of,
Yeah,
success. You
success,
still
yeah, you should
having
have
that,
the-
that
yeah.
you're going to be successful.
Full.
The young age, as it were, is actually a year that you could, sit down to decide what your future
would be.
So it's
Yeah.
not just a year that you just, eat
discover-
whatever what you see. So a lot of people eat their future
now, and they don't think
forgetting
about
that the future is tomorrow. So you have to prepare yourself now.
Now, and
now
now
is the time you
prepare
prepare
yourself.
for the future. So you don't just get the future and eat everything.
Everything.
So that's when you see the panic will come, because once
Definitely.
you are 30, you
the
already eat
fear,
your future.
you've already. So right
You
now
really
you're
ate-
trying to construct it,
Yeah.
which most time it doesn't really
doesn't work.
work out
Yeah.
that way. All right, guys. So if you're still joining me at 103.5 FM Unical Radio International, and it's still your literature review with your very girl Didi Bobby and Queen and Esther. So yeah, we Saturday is the giveaway Tuesday. We are still expecting
I
your
don't know why they
call.
don't want to
Are you
call.
guys scared
See,
of
me, I'll
questions?
I'll carry this
We
giveaway
are going
and
to
go.
go away with your. We are going
carry
to
it
go away
and
with
go.
what you have. You
Like,
don't know what to
seriously.
say. Are you guys scared of questions? They are very, very simple questions. If you've actually been active on the show, first of all was the blood of a stranger, the wedlock of the gods, and faceless. They're a simple and very, very relating novel. So if you want to stand a chance to win any of this, just call us. It's very simple question. The questions are not complex. And you could go on with something. So the number to call is 09069880789. 09066880789. Shout out to all the Malabres in on campus, in and off campus. Shout out to all of you. We still want you to call, darling. We are waiting for your call. So okay, we are moving forward. So moving forward, we said that Lex creeps in domesticity, allowed no sudden leap. At the new noun, copybook bisected with red ink and failures. Nothing to show the wall.
Wow.
Just as you come, as you go.
Yeah, nothing to show the world, no impact.
Like nothing,
at
you don't
all.
impact anything. 3 children, perhaps, the whole world expects it of you.
Yeah.
Most time we just discover that most people, the only achievement they make is just make
children,
babies.
But that is not it.
It's not an achievement.
You know one thing about it. Some people say that great talent potential is in the grave, because a lot of people come and they take back
what they gave you.
what they gave.
My pastor would always say, I want to die empty. And the first time he said
Yeah,
that, first time
that
my
is-
pastor said, I want to die empty,
Okay.
I was like, wow, why would you want to die
Die
empty? Why
empty.
would someone want to come to the world and die empty?
Empty.
But when he actually broke it down and I
Yeah.
sat down and I thought about it, I'm like, yes, I
Yeah.
have to die empty because
Yeah.
you have a whole lot
Inside
inside
of
of you
you.
that if you don't let it out, you're going to take it
Take
back
it
to the
back
grave
to
and
the
you're going to give
creator.
account of it.
Yeah,
We
of
are all
course.
going to give account of it.
Account to our life.
Which life did you impact? Because there is someone there that could actually bloom because of
Yeah.
you. There
And-
is someone that would succeed because of you.
And then you should know that you came into this world because of someone's prayer.
Someone, yes.
Someone prayed. There was someone that was having issue, and they were like, "Who will come and
I
help me? Who
help
will come
me.
and rescue me? Who
And
will come
God
and
just
impact
gave
you?"
you something to
Yeah,
give out.
to
And
give
you
out.
came and you
Then you
did
came.
not. You did not
Yes.
deliver the gift.
You know
You
one thing
just went
about
back
that
with
some
it.
people don't even understand that they have potential in
A
them.
lot of people don't
They
discover
don't
it.
discover it.
Discover it. It is when you've grown so old that you
That's
sat
like-
down in your house. People are carrying you. Just
and
sat
then-
down to
you
reflect on your life and be like, wow.
And some of the old people, they really like, they say, when I was young.
Yes, it's always like when
When I was young. Now what happened when you are old?
when you're
Oh my God.
He said when I was young. All right, so let's move forward. I hope you're enjoying yourself though.
my
We're
God.
still on the poem of the panic,
Panic
of
of growing
older. All
Please,
right,
you
yeah, by
shouldn't be
Peter.
panic when you are growing older.
Their fear,
Rather,
yeah.
you should be happy.
You should be happy
Yeah.
because if you've actually achieved a whole lot, you
You'll
would
be
be happy.
happy,
Girl.
yeah.
All right, he said okay, copy book bisected with red ink and failures, nothing to show the world. 3 children, perhaps the world expected of
Expect,
you.
yeah.
No specialist effort there, but science gives hope to twice 3 score and 10. Hope is not a grain of sand. Inner satisfaction dwindled in shape blades of expectation. From now on, the world has you.
You.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So, Ene, moving forward, let's see the theme of this novel. What are the theme of the novel?
All right.
The poem.
Yeah. No, we
What are
used
the
to
two?
novel.
Yeah, you're used to it. Pardon me. What are the
Yes.
theme of the poem?
Okay, so before I said so, Malabrites and Malabite out there, I just want to say something. You that is still in school, make sure you take your life seriously, please.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
panic of growing older is not good. Don't be panic. Know that this is the time that you have to work on yourself. This is the time you need to pay attention to your academic. Make sure that you achieve what
Yeah,
you
try
want
to
to
achieve
achieve
a
now.
whole lot.
Take away distraction, focus on what you came to do in
Yeah.
school so that you end up regretting your
You
life.
won't leave
okay?
your old age in
regret.
regret.
So that you won't say panic of going weather, rather you said happy.
Yeah,
Growing.
yeah. Like you see your
You know,
children.
I can actually work out a poem like that.
Yeah.
Not no more panic of growing older.
Imagine at your 70, not even 70 is too much. Imagine at your 50, you've actually achieved a whole lot.
whole lot.
You've actually had children, you've actually had grandchildren, you see
Yeah.
that. And you yourself, you are successful.
Successful.
Your children are proud of you. They're actually looking up to you.
to you,
You are
yeah.
their role model.
Yeah.
I get heartbroken when
Okay.
you ask people who are your role model. They tend to mention people that
People
are far.
are far.
When the first people that should be our role model
Our
are our parents.
Yeah.
I should be able to look at my mom and say, oh, my mom is my role model.
Oh my God.
My father is my role
Yeah.
model. That is it. It makes it more so live a life that your children will look up to you at old age and say, man, I'm proud of that
proud of
man.
them.
I'm proud of that woman. So that is what it is all about. All right, so
Yeah.
what are the theme of
Okay,
the novel, of the
wow,
poem?
wow. Oh my God. Okay, the theme of the poem is the first theme here we have is fear of inevitable old age.
Okay.
That was the first theme.
All right.
Older age is the central idea portrayed in the poem as the reader is made to understand how difficult things
Okay.
can become at old age if things are not set straight at early stage of life.
All right.
So if things are not set straight, things could be difficult at
Yeah.
the older age. So another theme is youth. Yeah. Stanza 2 of the poem stated the description of human development starting from the days of youth, which is characterized by strength and youthful exuberance.
Exuberant.
Yeah. Next one is family life as
Limitation.
limitation. The poem also illustrates how family life possess enduring challenges that restrict individuals from attaining what they plan and goals they set for
For
themselves.
themselves. Yeah.
Yeah, it exactly is true. Another theme here is the weakness of the old.
Yeah.
The poem
that's funny.
points out that one has only the strength to achieve things when still at youth.
Youth.
My dear, that's true.
It's so obvious.
Oh my God.
It's so obvious.
They used to say that the strength of a youth.
Do you know the strength of a 20-year-old person, 25?
Ah.
Like it's just too much. I
It's
don't
too
know how
much.
God did that.
Oh my
You
God.
have a lot of strength to achieve
have a
so many
lot.
things. And if
Yeah.
you miss that, if you miss
You've
that,
missed
trust
everything.
me.
You've
And
missed
this one is not a carryover. We won't say it's a carryover. You won't have a chance to
You
rewrite the
won't.
exams.
Oh my God. That's one thing about.
You would not have a chance to rewrite
No
the
one thing
exams.
about growing. The thing is
Yeah.
that as you're growing, you can never
You
grow
can never
downward.
get, if it's like
The
a
top.
school that you have a chance to write, to
rewrite.
go back and rewrite and do whatever.
You
It's only
can't.
most time it's luck, it's grace that most people have a chance to
Yeah,
it doesn't
actually.
work for
But it doesn't work for
everybody.
everybody. So
The grace
you
is
shouldn't
quite
even like think about that.
yeah, the grace is quite very
It's
different.
different. So the age is weak and can hardly do anything other than sit and regrows on things he or she has done. At this
Okay.
point, the poetic present asset that the world now has you. So this is the time that you sit down to calculate your life.
Yes.
What have I achieved?
What?
Most of our fathers,
Yeah.
they'll just sit down. When I was a child, these
When
are
I
the
was your
things I
age.
used to do. I used to do this, I used to do that. Some of those things are lies. I'm
Yeah,
not
we
trying
know
but
now. Most of them
yeah,
are just
I
trying
feel
to
that that's what, see, as you just said, you say some things that you're very
Okay.
happy if at tomorrow your children were like, okay, my role model is my mother.
Here is my
That is very good.
father.
But how about this time? A child cannot even look at his father and say,
Like
I
these
want to be.
days.
Because
These
they are not
days,
actually.
the kind of youth that actually, I don't know about that. The kind of youth, the kind of people, the kind of lifestyle that our youth live these days. Trust me, your kids cannot look up to.
They can't.
They can't look up
They
to.
can't.
They can. That's why they go far away to have role models,
Role
and
models
most time
and-
those role models have
Negative,
impact
yeah.
on them. Because
Yeah.
first of all, probably your parent or you. I'm talking about you as a person now, not your parent. You working out the future
Okay.
with yourself, trying to be a good impact, trying to be a role model to not just your children, not just relative, not just but to people. Let someone be able to look up to you and say, "Man, I love Ene.
love-
I want to be like Ene in the future. Man, I like the way Ene
Yeah.
is. I like the way that is the kind of lifestyle
That's-
we are all looking
Oh my
out for."
God.
Yeah, so Ene, thank you so much for that, team. The
All
team Fear
right.
of the Inevitable Old Age Youth. We saw family life as a limitation, and we saw the weakness of
old.
the old. So yeah, please, like I used to tell you, get your writing material ready, so that when we ask questions like this, you won't find it very difficult to relate. Get your writing. It's a school. It's a school. Literature review is a school. You can't just listen. You can write it, take off your phone, use your phone pad and all of that, and just try to jot down something. Okay, yeah, we are still on the Tuesday giveaway. Yeah, and if you're just joining us, it's still your literature review, your EDU, your educational program on 103.5 FM Unical Radio International. If you are just joining us and you want to call in, you want to attempt the question, we've got questions here for you, and we have something you can go home with if you attempt the question. The number to call is 09069880789. I take that again. To all our listeners, to all the lovers of book, to all our audience that have been listening to us from the starting, yeah, you can stand a chance to win something for yourself. Our little way to say that we are very, very appreciative for listening and staying put on our program. So the number to call is 09069880789. You can call now. Our call lines are open for you. All right, so still on panic of growing old. We are going to be looking at the analyst. We're going to be analyzing it proper right now. Okay, so we say from the poem, The Panic of Growing Older, one need to understand first the meaning of the central phrase of the poem, which is growing older.
Yeah.
It is a fear. It is a fear.
It's a fear.
And it is called garascophobia. Garascophobia, yeah. What is garascophobia? It is a normal or insensate fear of growing older or aging, which is known as sensing sense. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is it. So it is, we say a lot of people have phobia. We have people that have phobia for height. We have people that have phobia for water. We have people that have phobia for snakes. We have a lot of people live with phobia.
Yeah.
And this is medical too. I gotta find out that this is medical. So the fear of getting older is called gas ras sorry. Yeah, yeah,
Gastroscopia.
gastroscophia. Yes, that is what it
Yeah.
is. That is the panic of getting
Good.
older. Yeah. So to all of you that have that panic, you have that fear. It is. It could be worked on.
Yeah.
It could be worked on. So if you have that fear of getting older, you are not alone. There are a whole lot of people that are in in this
In this
together.
together.
There are a whole lot of thousands of
Yeah.
people
Thousand.
that are going through this together. It is a clinical phobia generally classified under a specific phobia or fear of a single specific panic trigger. Okay, gastrophobia may be based on anxiety of being left alone without resources and incapable of caring for oneself due to age-caused disability. Due to human being mortality, silent suffering will often feel as though aging is the first sign that their immune system are starting to weaken, making them more vulnerable and prone to disease.
Disease.
This kind of people, they're actually scared of so many things. They're scared of one, suffering. They are scared of one, sickness. They are scared of what else? They are scared of their immune system breaking down. They are scared of weakness. These kind of people, they've actually enjoyed their youthful age, that they don't want to get
Oh
old.
my God.
They don't
Yeah, we
want
have
to
people
get old.
like that. Of course, there are people
Yeah, there are
that, oh
people
my
like
God,
that.
I don't want to grow old. No, I don't want to. I don't want. I just
They
want
don't
to
want to,
remain
they just
young. I don't
want
want
to
to enjoy
remain.
my
That is
life.
why and that's why you see a lot of people going to the
Such a,
extreme
yeah, they
to
want to
change. They see that their
change.
nose is falling,
Oh
they'll
my
try to
God.
fix it.
They
They
see
see
their
that their eyes, yeah, the front is falling, they try to fix it. The back, they try to
they
keep it in
keep
place,
it
and they will call themselves sweet
sweet
16.
16.
When you
You are
check out their age, most of them are times 3 of 16,
16.
times 4 of 16. But right now, we appreciate technology, we appreciate doctors, surgeons
Yeah.
that have the grace to actually work this out. So yeah, would I say shout out to them? Shout out. But there is a time that all of those things, you can't run away
You
from
can
old
run
age.
away from
There
it.
is no one that can actually run away from old age. All right, we moving forward. The panic of getting older describes the different phase of human development, starting from birth through adulthood and old age. The aging process is slow, and this is seen in the first stanza. We say, spread fluttering
Fluttering
wing
wings
from
from year
year
to
to year.
year.
That is it. It is a slow process, but before you know it, you don't
You already
old.
there.
It is very slow
Oh
and
my God.
creepy. It is very slow. Before you know, you think I'm ever young.
I'm
You
never
don't know that
young.
every day you add up.
There.
Every day, trust me.
Every minute, every
Every day, every
second.
second. You be looking at yourself in the mirror, oh, checking out your curves and everything. Give yourself, that's what everybody say. When they say happy birthday, what do you think? You
What
think
do
they
you
are
think?
telling you you're
You are
reducing your age.
reducing.
People should
You're
be
increasing. You're adding
happy
one
birthday
plus
means
one.
you are older.
Older.
Like you are older. You as in.
Huh.
So let's just be
And
guided. We
people
should
are
just
expecting more from
from
you.
you.
So when they
The
tell you
more
happy birthday, it's not just they're telling you
in
how far
African
now. How have you
society,
been?
as a
What?
woman, once you clock 25, they might not say directly to you. Even your younger ones will start telling you,
Telling you
as a lady, you will not get
leave
married
marry and leave this
because
house.
they know that you are getting old. You come and be struggling.
Your parents will start telling you, are you
Eh,
alpha now?
alpha now.
Man, bring man
Man,
for this
we
man.
know this in African setting.
African
And
setting.
you as a man, we know people will want you to
To
double your
yeah,
hustle.
also.
You actually double your hustle at that
It's
time.
not a child's play,
So
please.
that is what it is. Like we see here in the first stanza, fluttering wind from year to year. In the second stanza, the poet described what happens in early adulthood. This period is filled with high expectation, hopes, ambitions, and adventure. One also has the advantage of time at 20, still by hope of gigantic success,
Time
time
and
and exploration.
exploration.
Like we said,
Yeah.
at 20, you have a lot
A
of
lot of
time.
time.
And these times get into our head
See,
that we
and
just feel that,
it's very very good that okay, most of our young people, at this
yeah,
particular time, you have a lot of things to achieve. You have your purpose, you have ideas, you have ambition, a lot of things. This is a time that actually because that's the
yeah.
period you should know that okay, why is this idea is coming now? Why am I having all these things
Because at that
at the
point,
beginning? So at that particular time, it's for you to sit down and begin to achieve those
achieve
things.
them. Because
It's not for you to just sit down and say,
at that point
okay,
you're I'm super active, you're
active, yeah.
hyper. At that point, I see a lot of people these days, youth these days, they feel at 18 or they feel at 16 is that time where you could get
Party,
to meet,
club.
explore, club, do things that are not really
Explore. They
necessary.
will tell you, I still have
I
time.
still
I still
have
have
time.
time. I need to enjoy. You self now enjoy this
Yes,
life. Now
that's
enjoy,
what they tell you.
enjoy.
So our little advice to those
Yes.
Malabite and Malabret,
Malabres.
you are in your 100 level, you are in your 200, you're in your 300, you are in your finals, you are in your 20s.
20s.
Yes, please, please. We are using this medium to ask, to plead with you that you should sit down and actually restructure your life. If you've
Wow.
missed it at some point, please just go back and pick the pieces of your life together, because of there is something called old age, so that you would reap the fruit of your labor. They say as you lay your bed,
You
so
will
you would lie
lie
on it,
on
and
top.
that is not wrong. If you
Well,
lay your bed and leave the house, that is how you lie on it. If you don't lay your bed before leaving the house, if you come back,
you meet it
nobody
that
will lay it
way.
for you. You will still lay,
Nobody.
and it's a time. The time that you just come back and relax, you just go back the whole process of laying your bed.
Oh.
Where is the time? Is it when they partake light?
Oh.
Lay it when there is still sunshine, so that you will
Lights. Can
see.
see.
That is just a piece of advice. So please, 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 if you are younger, if you're in your 20s, try to put your life together. Okay, so the next stanza describes age 30 as the period where one begins to experience pain that lacks medical explanation. That's
Explanation.
at 30. At 30, a sudden stroke of pain, laboratory test cannot, does not see anything.
Yeah, this period.
That is it. It is true, because
You
at
know, the pains you're talking about. They say even if you go to hospital, they will not
hospital, they are
explain
not
it.
seeing anything. There is
They're
no
not seeing anything because it's
there
your
is no
fault.
explanation
There's
for
no
it.
explanation
Probably you are
again.
someone that has actually
Mess
lived
up your life,
a
so you're
lifestyle
not
that.
getting the pain.
But
So that's why sometimes some people, okay, during that period, they mess up their lives. They got pregnant, and before you know, they give birth to a child, and before you know,
okay,
that child becomes a burden to them,
to them, and they can
becomes a
achieve
pain. They can't
most of their
achieve their
dream because there
dreams.
is someone else
Someone,
in the
yeah. So
picture.
that's the pain. There's nothing you can do about
There
it.
is
You can't go
nothing.
back.
You can't go
Or most
back.
of the time, there's some people that during that enjoyment period, all this thing we are talking about, young people, please be careful. They got themselves, STD.
STDs, so many.
That's the worst part. You cannot do anything
You
about it.
cannot redo
It's
it.
there.
You cannot.
Yeah, you can only get counseling. People try
And
to advise you because you have to be.
exactly, but
But
you live
the
with the
deed is there.
consequences. You're
Yeah,
going to live with the
the deed
consequences.
is already
So it's
there.
better to avoid
Be
it.
careful.
It's
Yeah,
really better to avoid it.
yeah.
Okay, and it says that the fourth stanza portrays what happened in old age. As one approach old age, weakness sets in and one lose agility. Legs crept in domesticity allowed. No sudden leap at the noon noun. Often one spent all his years on earth trying to copy others without success.
Success.
You see, at your old age, you want to follow so many people.
Ah.
What your friend is doing, that's what your friend is doing. Oh, Cindy, baby. You even change your name from Sandra to Cindy.
Yeah.
Cindy, baby, we've got a party to attend. Cindy, baby, there is this. Cindy, baby, there is this. And you will just carry on. You want to follow. You want to be among all this I want to be. You know your background, you know where some of those people that do those stuff, they know most time that when they are done, their parents have a place
Have
to
a
place
place
them
for
there, and you
them.
know your background, you know
Your
your
background,
story.
yeah.
So I beg,
Copy
let us
anybody.
chill. Don't copy. At this age, there is a
Yourself.
whole lot of
Life.
influence. There is a whole lot. You're still young, your minds are open. You want to explore so many things. We want to explore a whole lot. This is the time to sit ourselves down and talk to ourselves. Most time, the best person to advise you is you.
Yeah.
Some people, somebody might advise you and you don't get it, but when you sit to advise yourself, you get the advice yourself. Look at your life. Check out. Put it on a scale of preference. Which one goes first? Which one should I do first? Which one? Which one? Check out the regret. Check out the repercussion of everything you do today. The consequences you're going to face in 2, 3 years' time. Whatever I'm doing today, what is it? What am I going to get in 2, 3 years' time? Is it something that I'll be proud of? If something I would regret, if it's something you would regret,
Don't do
it
it.
is not. It is not worth it.
It's not worth
So we
it.
should just look out for ourselves. So that is what the poet is saying. All right, so yeah. We are coming to the end of this. He said, 3 children, perhaps the world expects it
Expects
of you. No specialist effort there. Although science gives hope of living up to 70 years, we know that, like I told you earlier, A lot of people have gone through so many processes just to get older, just to get younger. That's why I say you will see this one has fallen, you will go and lift it. The back one has gone down, you will go and put it back. Your nose, your skin like this, you will be looking 16, but you are 3 times your age. You're 3 times 16. Imagine 3 times 16. But now you are looking like you will get old. So I think we should work. We should invest more on the mind, on the inside, than rather than the
outside.
we invest a whole lot these days on the outside. We spend a whole lot of money just trying to look good. We forget that we are not going to live this thing, this skin, this flesh you're saying, it's going to perish one day. You're not going to live forever. That is why a lot of people have the fear of this. They don't want to die. They don't want to happen now. How see me fresh girl. At the end of the day, I'll have wrinkles. I would be using walking stick. I cannot go to the restroom myself. Someone will be supporting me. A whole lot. We will get old.
Get old, you can avoid
Everybody would get old someday. Okay, and he said that this is not a sure fact, but science gives hope of twice 3 score and 10. Hope is not a grain of sand in the old age. The thought of the unfulfilled dream and aspiration brings weakness to the mind. Inner satisfaction dwindled in shape blades of expectation. With not much time left, the age had a very little control of his life and simple resigned to faith. From now on, the world has you. At this time, they don't have anything to do. They don't have anything to do. They just live. The day I die. Because you're old. The day they are just waiting for the day that come and carry them and they go and rest. Whether they've fulfilled it or they've not fulfilled it. So yes, the best time for you to work out your life is your 20s. According to the panic of growing older, according to the poet, the best time to work yourself out is when you're in your 20s. So yes, time check right now is 55 minutes past the hour of 11 o'clock. So it's that time we are going to just hurry up. So we got to go. Yeah. I hope you're having fun. I hope you're learning a whole lot. I hope you're writing out. I hope you are learning. You're opening up. You're learning. You're getting informed, educated. So we've seen the poetic device here. We've seen the use of allusion, which is the laboratory test, refers to the scientific allusion, and the 3 score and 10. Thought described as scientific in the poem, it is a biblical allusion to the year God said that every man should live on earth, which is 70 according to the Bible. I'm right, Ene? Yeah, at 70, every man live at 70. That's the age God has actually said, okay, every man should have. So if you're 72, if you're 80, yeah, you have grace in Jesus' name. You got grace. Okay, we saw the use of metaphor in the poem. The anxiety and pain one feels as he think of old age is compared to fluttering wind. That is the use of metaphor. We saw repetition. The word hope. If you've gone through the poem, you see that the word hope is repeated in the poem. We saw symbolism, which is the moon. The moon there represents time. We've seen where they used moon to represent time. The red, we've seen the red there, which represent danger. We know that red represents danger. We see lex crypt. It symbolizes the entanglement of family life. We've seen the trope of pain, which symbolizes the shock one feels as he or she bids goodbye to youthful age.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so
One day
painful
you will.
to
That's
bid
what I said.
goodbye to youthful age. We've seen the plan copybook represent the plan and goal one set to achieve in life. We've seen the use of alliteration from year to year. We've seen the letter I, the alphabet Y there, it's been alliterated. We've seen euphemism. We've seen that the blade of expectation. We've seen the use of letold from one on the world has you. From now, the world has you. And we've seen onomatopoeia here, which is spread, flittering, wind. So yeah, so we've seen the poetic devices used on the poem. We've seen an allusion, metaphor, repetition, symbolism. We've seen alliteration. We've seen euphemism. We've seen litude, and we've seen onomatopoeia. All right. So a quick check on the structure of the poem. The poem is a free verse with no regular rhythmic pattern or rhyme. It comprises of 5 stanzas in which ideas are arranged chronologically in line with the phrase of human development. Okay, and we've seen the diction, like we said earlier, It's a straight to the
It was
point.
straight to the point. Yeah.
The poet did not try to beat around the bush.
Just straight
He
to the
just
point.
went straight to the point. And we've seen the mood of the poem. The mood is that of concern, and the tone sound adversary.
Yeah.
It's concern. The poem is trying to advise us
Advise
in his
us.
work of art. He's trying to advise us, and we've gone through the poem. We've seen that this relates to every of us.
Every of us.
Every of us. If you're 18, if you're 10, if you are, one day we'll all get to this stage in our life. That is what the poet is trying to tell us from all we've actually been saying here today, from the poem The Panic of Growing Older.
Older.
So yeah, time check is 11:59. We gotta go. So yeah, guys. If you're just joining us, we got to go. It's still your number one ADU Infotainment radio
I think I
station.
have a word for them.
103, yeah, you're gonna say a word before we go. 103.5 FM. And today, I don't know if you guys were scared of the questions though.
I don't know.
Yeah, you're gonna keep this again. We are going to do this giveaway. We want you guys to read, consciously listen, tune in, listen, so that you can attempt all the questions. The questions are not really difficult. So if you missed out today, you did not call, probably you were busy doing things and you could not call today. Tuesday is another time with us. We do this every Tuesday by 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock. Yeah, you can join us. Okay, yeah, and what is
Okay,
your last word?
My last word is read books. My dear, read books. If you are 20 and you've not gotten a lot of reading, please, you need to read books. Books really help you, really help you. It's like you're investing
You're
into
investing.
your life. There are a whole lot of books that could help you. Sit down and read books, learn to read books. So that's my last word for you. And for Panic of Growing Old, I know that one day you will get to that age. And once you get to that age, you need to sit down and ask yourself, what have I been able to achieve? So that makes you either as someone that people will actually look up to, your children will look up to. It's at that age that you need to know. So start now to arrange your life, start now to put your life in order so that you make a great impact in your generation.
All right. Coming from Queen Anne. Queen Anne said it all. Thank you so much for joining us on the segment of the Literature Review with your very girl, Didi Bobby and Queen Anne Esther. See you next week, Tuesday. And please sit down, talk to yourself. The best person to advise you is you. Nobody else. Whatever you're doing today, know that there are consequences and there are also things you could enjoy if you do it the proper way. As you lay your bed, so you would lie in it. So from us here, we are saying bye bye and have a wonderful afternoon and a wonderful day. Bye for now.